Texting seems pretty innocent, right? Well, not so much when it comes to dating and relationships. Let's find out what Doc meant in DWP 281 right now.
Welcome to the Dating Women Podcast, featuring the timeless coaching of Doc Love, the author of The System, better known as the Dating Dictionary, the book that has positively changed the lives of thousands around the world. Find out more at www.doclovecomp and enjoy your free podcast. A new fresh show is delivered to you every Saturday. Now, here is your host, Jeff Stevens.
You do not want to get into the habit of texting with her. It is very dangerous and will tie you to your phone more than you realize. We're going to hear what Doc had to say. He wrote this back in 2017, but it's just as relevant in 2021 and beyond. Also, what's just as relevant is a lot of free stuff for you at doclove.com, including a free 7-day dating course from Doc. 7 solid days of Doc's coaching coming to your inbox for free. doclove.com/course. Also, check out doclove.com for even more free content. But let's get into why texting can be so bad.
Why I suggest you just say no to texting her for conversation purposes. Seems pretty innocent early on in the first couple of dates. Just text me to let me know you got home okay. I know you don't like to text, but maybe a few times this week, just so we get to know each other better. A few texts can't hurt, right? I like to stay connected to guys that I like. Here's a couple of things to keep in mind when considering these requests. First and foremost, do you really want to do this for the next 40 years? A few texts here and there can turn into 10 texts an hour that completely distract you as you're trying to work, play golf, or relax. Once you start the texting habit, it's only going to get worse. Second, and just as important, texting has been around for a while, right? Has she probably texted with other guys? Where are they now? Did texting help them keep her? I know you can't blame the demise of the relationship completely on texting, but think about it. It really is anti-challenge, so it couldn't have been a positive. Beyond that, you want to find out how structured she is. If her reaction is to get angry or dump you because you refuse to have an electronic fence surrounding you, then you want to know that sooner rather than later. Finally, texting is easily misunderstood. What you think is an innocent joke might come across as insulting to her. It's a big laugh in person because you have body language and tone to back you up. Without those two things, it might be very offensive as she reads it. Of course, I'm not naive as to what's going on in the world. As you know, DocLove.com Incorporated is very steeped in all forms of modern communication these days. So I know you can't avoid a certain amount of texting because I know more often than not, you're using it to set things up, i.e. location of the date, a link to Google Maps, etc. I'm okay with informational texting. Texting can be useful if you're trying to impart facts. I'll meet you at 7 p.m. at the Starbucks on the corner of Smith and Arizona. I know you can't completely avoid texting in the 2010s. But just like guys in the pre-texting era had to use the phone as a tool to get a date and get off quickly, lest they disturb mystery and challenge, you have to do the same thing with texting. If she asks you why you don't like to text, here's a good answer. I'm very busy, and I prefer face-to-face communication with you because I believe that's the best way to get to know each other. Remember, guys, control the texting with her, or it will control you. Until next week, thanks for your support.
Have you gotten the system yet at doclove.com/system? Well, we're going to hear from Doc in a second, but let me tell you about the system known as the Dating Dictionary, or should I say also known as the Dating Dictionary. It is the book that's changed thousands of lives around the world, and you may get a lot of free content at doclove.com and through this podcast, but a lot is held back in the system, also known as the Dating Dictionary. So go get it. Check out doclove.com/system doc.love/system and check out the You Changed My Life letters. They are unsolicited. And make sure you give yourself your best chance of succeeding with dating and relationships by getting the system at doclove.com/system. And now let's hear what Doc had to say about text messaging.
Why I suggest you just say no to texting her for conversation purposes. It's the advanced system class for Doc Love Club members, and we also call this the fifth segment. And, sometimes they're pretty innocent in their requests. The first couple of dates, just text me to let me know you got home okay. I know you don't like to text, but maybe a few times this week just so we get to know each other better. A few texts can't hurt, right? I like to stay connected to guys that I like. Well, that was kind of the front of our article this week, and it seems innocent at first, seems like no big deal, but Doc, texting is deadly to a relationship, correct?
Yeah, you said, I like being connected. Challenge says you don't want to be connected. Connected is boredom. That's the thing. And the second thing about this is once you start anything, that's it forever with them. They don't back off. You can't all of a sudden say after 6 months, I don't want to text anymore. So you let it be known. You just say, hey, let's save it for the next date. That's it. Yeah. You're going to nag that. You're going to keep saying that sentence over. You'll be the first man in history to nag until finally she stops it.
It's almost like back in the day before texting came about. Phone blunders that guys used to make. They'd spend hours on the phone between dates with women.
Yeah, it's a different form of communication. But the problem with the texting and the email and the Kinder and all that stuff, the problem is this: you don't see the body language. The body language is 65% of the relationship, and all you're getting is letters, numbers in front of you. You don't know what's going on. You're getting a third of the relationship. That's what the phone has done. Emergency, that's different. I don't mind that.
And
but
you
can't wait 2 hours until you get home.
Yeah, and it's tough to do tone as well. You can't texting, especially when you don't know her. Even when you do know her well, it's so easy to misinterpret a text or even an email or anything like that. Like you say, Doc, it's better to be face-to-face.
No voice inflection, no enthusiasm. Yeah. You don't know the tone. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Anyway, Doc Love Club members, we love you.
Next week, DWP 282. You must be strategic when you message her in online dating. Find out what Doc meant by that. Also, if you love the audio you're getting every week here, you will definitely love the Doc Love Club at docloveclub.com. Hundreds of hours of audio, Doc's best stuff. Join today at docloveclub.com. Regardless, thank you so much for being here. See you next week.
You've been listening to the Dating Women Podcast. Thanks so much for checking out this episode. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate that effort. Catch us every week on Saturday for a new episode. Until next time, this has been the Dating Women Podcast.